Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be reviewing a first of a series of Little Mermaid videos that I'll be uploading each week leading up to the release of the newest live action adaptation of The Little Mermaid. So first up here is my WDCC statue of Ursula at her Vanity. And the title of this piece is called Devilish, Diva. And I would say this is probably my favorite statue of the entire Little Mermaid release from WDCC, and mainly because first of all, Ursula is my favorite, and there is another version of Ursula that was released by this line, and I believe it was released earlier than this piece, and I have a video of that coming along as well. But this piece, I love it because of the, of course, the details of the vanity there, and of course, Ursula is depicted as a lot bigger in this piece than the other one. So, so let's get up close to her. So first of all, we have a portrait of Ursula's face from the side view right there, and as she's touching up her red lips with this kind of like, I don't know, some kind of, must be some kind of sea plant or something that's giving her her red lips, which is pretty clever when they used it in a movie. Now, this portrait of Ursula is not my favorite. I believe the other Ursula, the earlier one that they made, is a much more accurate version of her. This one, I feel like from the front, her eyes are slightly too big in proportion to the rest of her face. But if you look at her from the side right there, I believe it's a much better likeness if viewed from the side. But yeah, but everything else in this statue is, is so beautifully made that, I'll give it a pass for the face alone. As you can see, as we go down her body, I mean, this part is probably one of my favorite parts of the entire sculpture. Just the way the whole tentacles kind of like squashed at the corner right there. You can feel this, the fluidity and just the sort of like the softness of her tentacles because of the way it's sculpted. And of course the shine, the glazing that they used for her octopus body kind of like emphasizes that. And another thing that I love about WDCC is that of course they're very accurate, but also in this case they're very accurate in terms of portraying how octopus tentacles would act in the underwater. And in this case, some of them would kind of like bunched up along like this, or some of them would overlap the other, and those tiny little details like that are the reason I really love the WDCC sculptures. If you look at, of course, if you look at any other Ursula figurine, usually what you would get with her tentacles is that they would just kind of like, spread along her side in the standard, like slithering pose or here and there, they're always usually at her side. But in this case, the tentacles are positioned in a way where it would accommodate her sitting down. And of course, because octopus tentacles sort of like act, they have their own mind and they act on their own, it's sort of like depicted like that. And I just love that about this sculpture. And on the back right there, you can see the little chair that she is sat on. I love the kind of like the hot pink color of that. And you have these kind of like claws around it. And the claws, I believe, are made of resin because it just feels different. But I believe the main chair right there is still made out of porcelain. And we'll just go to the back of Ursula real quick. As you can see, even her back right there is so sort of like accurately portrayed to have this really, really, you know, fat, you know, a lot of folds in her back because she's kind of like oversized a little bit. But that's one of the main reasons I love Ursula is her just so like unapologetically oversized body. Now the necklace right there, which I didn't mention, is not the best, which is a shame, you know, because one of Ursula's main attributes is her necklace, and everything else in the sculpture is so wonderfully depicted. It's such a shame that they didn't, the sculpture didn't accurately sculpt the necklace right there, just the way it's meant to look in the film. So moving on to her vanity, as you can see, there's a real mirror that's attached to it, in which Ursula, as you can see, is looking at. And the rest of this vanity, I really love all the tiny little details. As you can see here, there's this kind of like, it almost looks realistic too. It's kind of like coral that's perched in there. And all these sort of like just, I don't know, some kind of, you know, they're meant to resemble like perfume bottles or some kind of, you know, especially this one, you know, with the those kind of like old-fashioned perfume bottles in which you have to kind of squeeze to get the air out. And on the bottom here must be some kind of powder, yeah, and just a lot of seaweed, and there's various shells and clams and whatnot. So yeah, the details on the vanity alone is quite magnificent. And of course, it's based from the design from the original film as well. You can see the detail in the back there. It's quite cool. So yeah, I'm very lucky to own this piece. This piece is not a limited edition, nor it is numbered, but because it is one of the later releases of the WDCC collection, they didn't release as much sculptures as they did early on in their line. So this piece is actually quite rare, and of course because it's Ursula and it's from The Little Mermaid, which is one of the more popular Disney films, it's very hard and rare to get this piece. So I'm very, very lucky to be able to own this piece. And Ursula is one of my favorite Disney villains. So yeah, it's a beautiful sculpture, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this review. So I'm just gonna take you guys through one last look of the sculpture. You can see all the tentacles there. And they also look very animated, you know, you can feel these tentacles moving, you know, just by the way they're posed. And of course you have Ursula, her portrait. And moving on to the vanity once more. Such a great sculpture. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this review. So make sure to stay tuned for next week when I uploaded another Little Mermaid WDCC video review. So thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and leave your comment below for your own collection stories. Thanks for watching. Bye.